thought there was a way to just sort of tie you guys together whenever I needed you.
We've been rotten in here because of you!
What kind of friend does that make us if we stop you from your dreams?
Just like a robot.
I think it's time we get started. Getting down to business.
Girls,
Synergy?
we should have told you. When Jackie was sick, Emmett was working on his greatest invention yet.
Gentlemen, the time has come once again to discuss things.
What do you know about being outrageous? Truly outrageous. What do you know about being outrageous? Truly outrageous. What do you know about being outrageous? Truly outrageous.
All right. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Geeky Gentlemen. I am Sid Partu. Joining me today for fan film reviews is the real Manos, aka Justin Cristelli.
Hey, how's it going?
And as a special good. And as a special guest, yet again, we have Miss Lindsay Cristelli,
Hello.
Justin's wife. Hi, thanks for joining us again.
It's good to be here.
Yay. So Manos picked our fan film for review tonight. Manos, what are we talking about tonight?
We are talking about the Gem fan film, Truly Outrageous.
Indeed we are, and this is really new. Usually we kind of get to these fan films a little late, if at all, when they're quote unquote just released.
Yeah, we did Troopers.
This one's only like 2 weeks old, 2-3 weeks old at this point, so it's really exciting to be able to get in on kind of the ground floor of reactions to this. So I think before we begin, it'd be interesting to kind of go round robin here and talk about what, like, our individual backgrounds with Gem. And I'll start out first by saying I literally have no idea about Gem whatsoever, except that it was a cartoon show that existed, and it was from the 80s and mostly marketed toward girls. I know nothing else about Gem and the Holograms.
Let's see. I grew up during that time of the glory days of toys cartoons in the 80s, and I watched I considered it the Hasbro Sunbow Trinity, like Transformers, G.I. Joe, Gem. I wasn't, I don't know if I'd call myself a fan of Gem, but I would watch it from time to time because it was on the block that I would watch. So I do have some experience with the show, and I always thought it was interesting because it was so different from what I was watching. But I don't know if I'd call myself a fan, maybe a casual viewer or a casual fan. And I've seen some episodes recently after Lindsay I got Lindsay the box set for Christmas a couple years ago. So I watched a few episodes in order and kind of got a better gist of the show.
Okay, and I guess that kind of reveals Lindsay's background.
I'm a huge fan. Since I was a little
Nice.
kid, when it was on new in the 80s, it was appointment TV for me. I had to watch it.
Oh, nice.
I loved it.
And
That's cool.
That's why I wanted to bring Lindsay in on this one. Much like the Harry Potter one, she's more of an expert on this franchise than I would ever be. So it's I also wanted her to see it too.
Yeah. And I mean, I know the fan base has really been clamoring for something, particularly after how much of a letdown the live action movie was,
Yes.
just like a year or two ago. So this seems like it is very much more in line with the original show than the live action film. I mean, that wouldn't be hard to do, but still. So Lindsay, since you're the fan of the franchise here, I guess I'm really the most curious on your general thoughts on this fan film.
You can tell that it was made by Gem fans. It's awesome. They get the tone of the show and the pace of the show down perfectly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's really great when something can really adapt something perfectly like that. That is always really exciting when they get those subtle details.
Yeah.
I was impressed by the production value of this. Like, it looks really, really well done, really professional. It's got great costuming, makeup effects, stuff like that. I mean, they look like the characters stepped right out of the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's really cool. The story, I mean, I think it confused me, but I don't know how it couldn't have, given the fact that I have no idea what the hell the Gem universe is.
Well, it basically told you what you needed to know. Jem and Jerrica are the same person. Jerrica uses the hologram technology to be a rock star. And Eric Raymond and the Misfits and some other people sometimes try to either kill them or kidnap them or steal their... they have a...
Technology.
Yeah, something like that. So
Yeah.
that's basically what a lot of the episodes were.
Or try to expose their secret.
Yeah.
They've tried that a couple times. And Jem never really thinks about calling the police.
No one does.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Okay.
And let's see. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you on this. That the pacing really does feel like an episode. Like especially those Sunbow episodes, have such a rhythm, and they had such a specific style. Whether it be Transformers, G.I. Joe, or Gem, and this really did feel. What I like about this is not only does it feel like a tribute, it's like a tribute and a parody at once, and a continuation that I think is easily very loving in the way it's designed and written.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely get those vibes, and like Lindsay said, you can tell this is made by fans in a really profound way. Although I think some of that might be to its detriment. I don't know, the commercial break sequence.
Oh, I love that.
That was
Because when you're watching an episode of Gem, that always happens. It's story and a song and a commercial break and then more story and another song.
Yeah.
I like the songs just fine, just the commercial break sequence. I don't know, maybe it's just they don't have advertising turned on this video or whatever, but it feels weird to watch the commercial break sequence without a commercial break.
Oh, I don't know.
So maybe they should have thrown in a fake ad in the middle of it or something.
That would have been funny.
That would have been
if they'd
funny,
done
too.
a fake toy ad or something.
But if you watch an episode of this or Transformers on, oh no, maybe I don't know. Do you have the DVDs? Do they show the commercial breaks?
They don't have the little station break.
Oh, they don't. Oh, that's right. They don't have the bumpers. That may be a generational thing because I grew up
No, me too.
I would be
It's just-
excited
it feels
when I'd see
weird.
Transformers, for instance. It would be like, oh, which Autobot or Decepticon is going to have the bumper for this commercial break, and it would be cool. And Gem worked the same way.
No, I totally was there for a lot of it too. I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z growing up.
Yeah.
And they always had those little mini animation things. And I definitely get it, and it's cool. It's just it's weird and kind of creates a bit of a disconnect. And I think the other moment that that kind of just made me go, okay, this is weird, and I question. This might just be on me for not knowing the source material enough, but was Gem and the Holograms known for breaking the fourth wall?
Sometimes they would do a very special episode, and they would talk to the camera about, don't do drugs, because one of the girls in the little PSAs, they would do that sometimes.
Okay, but that doesn't seem like so much of a fourth wall break as just the shoehorned in message kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's that moment where the female Cobra commander, which I did like the connection to G.I. Joe. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a
Female
minute.
Cobra commander
Baroness.
says, no, what are you... Baroness, yeah. What are you doing? No, we can't... We don't want this video to get flagged for copyright.
I think that was
That
more
made
of
me laugh.
we're showing this only on YouTube, so everyone watching this is going to get that sort of thing.
That would be my.
I totally get that.
Yeah, that would be my only.
Yeah,
that would actually be my only nitpick of the whole episode. Really,
Yeah.
is I'm not a big fan of fourth wall break jokes. But in the spirit, and it was just one, so I was able to let it go on that. But to me, it was kind of a nitpick.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Just it was one of those things where I'm just like, if the source material isn't really known for doing fourth wall breaks, then that I think fourth wall breaks generally already, by their very nature, interrupt the flow of a thing.
Yeah.
And so putting one in when the series is like, if you're doing a Deadpool fan film or something, it's perfectly reasonable to put a fourth wall break in. But to put one in with a franchise that's not really known for them in a big way just does seem like a weird choice to me.
That's yeah. I mean, it was probably my only one nitpick for the whole episode, and that's, to be honest, that's just a taste thing. I mean, it's a fan film. It is part spoof and part tribute. So in that case, I could just let it go.
Yeah, I didn't mind. It didn't bug me.
It didn't constantly do that. Like if it ended like a Mel Brooks movie where they just tore through the set and ran into Whoopi Goldberg or something like that, then it was like,
that would have been weird.
That would have been bad. That wouldn't have been good. But it's just one line, and I can just let it go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But to connect it back to the Baroness, again, a lot of these shows were before my time. Transformers, G.I. Joe, Gem, they all they had continuations that came, they had spin-offs, and Transformers has had a million shows.
Yeah.
But I never really got into any of those franchises as a kid. But I knew of them. G.I. Joe is kind of like a synonymous with boys' action figures kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to see the connection to G.I. Joe drawn here, I thought I was like, okay, that is pretty cool that they're creating a shared universe for a fan film. That's a nice little bit of fanon right there.
That was genius. I loved it. It was always one of those things, there was a light connection between the three shows because they had a reporter character.
Yeah.
Who'd appeared
in all of them.
And
interesting.
But Cobra Commander showed up once in Transformers, but no character showed up in Gem. So this, I gotta say, was probably one of my favorite moments in the episode is when Baroness shows up and she just walks on, and I'm like, holy shit. Look at Baroness. And I instantly started thinking oh my god, that's the reporter from the beginning of the episode. And I actually thought that was a really brilliant way to do that, because I remember watching it the first time, and I remember the reporter being really abusive and annoying, and I thought, geez, that's a little over the top. And that was over the top, so you remember holy shit.
Yeah.
That bitch reporter was the Baroness.
Yeah.
I didn't make that connection. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh. That's cool though. Yeah, that connection was really cool. Kind of grounding it within the world of the show. What's the name of the guy character that's the other rock star, Riot or something like that?
Oh, Riot, yeah. Riot is from a group, the Stingers. So that was they were introduced in the last season. They were another rival band.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool that's how they connected the series together. Is Riot's also a Joe? That's pretty funny. They really put a lot of thought into this in a really cool this is kind of the thing that you could only get away with in a fan film, and I really like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So. And even though I'm not a fan of any of these franchises individually, I get to it's fun talking to you guys about it because I'm vicariously experiencing the joy through you. And I definitely got that feeling watching it too. I'm like, God, this looks like it was a ton of fun for them to make.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Didn't it, you know how this started, right? The Gem one, because Checkbait did one other video.
Yeah, they right after the trailer or the actual movie for the 2015 Gem movie came out. They did a little 5-10 minute long Gem reacts to Gem and the Holograms movie video, where they were all sitting in costume watching it and crying and saying, who did this, who signed off on this, sort of thing. And they had so much fun and everyone loved it so much they did a Kickstarter for this. So yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, I didn't get a ton of time to go through the history of this. I just watched the I think the director writers Q&A video posts this, and so it's really cool that they were able to get so much momentum and that the fan base was able to get something much more in line with what they wanted from a Gem movie. So that is a really cool little backstory to it, I think.
Yeah, let me tell you something. This is not only better than the official Gem movie, this is also better than the official G.I. Joe movies.
Oh, God, those fucking G.I. Joe movies.
Yeah.
All right, like, this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm going to talk about it because it has always bothered me. In the first G.I. Joe movie, you see that the Joes have a secret base underneath the pyramids in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they just... At one point, they're just going down an elevator, and you keep seeing, like, the different floors of this secret base. It's, like, miles underground. And then, like, at one point, they pass just a water area with, like, submarines floating around in it doing combat. Yeah. And then there's shit under that, and it always bothered me because I'm just like, do they not understand the physics of fluid dynamics? Like, come the fuck up. That's so much weight to support.
Yeah. This was a lot better.
Yeah.
This also kind of counts as a G.I. Joe fan film a little bit.
I never thought to look for one of those, but now I'm totally going to have to.
But, yeah, because, like, they've been talking about Hasbro's building a, like, shared universe, and they keep leaving out Gem.
They do.
And I really...
Which is sad.
Which is sad. And even in the comic books, like, the Gem comic book really has nothing to do with the G.I. Joe and Transformer comics. It would be neat to see because, like, the hologram technology actually came in handy in this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It usually did in the show.
Yeah.
Synergy would, they'd do something, they'd put decoys over here, or, I don't know, they did everything with holograms.
Yeah, it was kind of a way of...
it's science fiction for girls.
And it was a little ahead of its time because, like, a lot of the use of holograms in that show I've seen in science fiction and in cartoons a lot more since the show came out in the way that the Gem series would use it. And I remember when, like, I'd watch it every once in a while as a teen. It's like, that's a little weird. And, like, now it's like, oh, okay, I kind of get how, the hard light hologram stuff they were doing would work. It's like, oh, okay, all right. Like, weird. It's weird. It's weird that this show was ahead on that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. One thing to the holograms is I like how they played with the perception of the holograms, and particularly with Baroness, like, just straight feeling up one of the shows is really funny to me.
Yeah, she's feeling up...
Riot.
Right, yeah, Riot.
Yeah, Riot.
I kept wanting to say Stingers, but that's his band.
I am also... Do you want to talk about the Misfits and Eric
Raymond.
Eric Raymond, yes.
Yeah, totally. So I know, like, the whole gag in the Gem opening is, like, the Misfits have their line. It's like, our songs are better, or something better. So this is gonna sound a little shade, like, but I'm gonna be just honest. I actually like the Misfits song better.
Their songs were better. It's true.
Like, I don't know. I just heard it. I'm like, honestly, the Misfit, like, prison song was really cool. Not gonna lie, it kind of worked for me. Mm-hmm. And the other Gem songs, I don't know, it was fun. I definitely like the title track kind of song that worked a bit better for me. Mm-hmm. It's funny. My wife and I watched this before we went out for dinner tonight, and we're just singing it at each other in the car and getting progressively annoyed with each other because we're making it more of an earworm. So, like, that, I don't know, that one worked for me, but the Misfits song was so much better in this fan film to me.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, you're a big fan of the Misfits.
I always loved them. They just try to be so hardcore, and they're just petty.
I gotta say,
spoiled.
Oh yeah, and I love that opening where you think, oh man, they've been sent to prison or something like that.
That's the horrible gig that Eric got for them, was playing in a prison.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked for Johnny Cash.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, so, like, that was really funny, and, like, I like that they don't. I know a lot of people in the LGBT community, particularly the female side of it, have kind of latched on to Jem. So I like that they kind of embraced that with a bunch of these characters and made some of the characters lesbian. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, actually, see.
Or portrayed them.
Yeah.
In the show, they could never show it, but, see, Stormer from the Misfits and Kimber from the Holograms, they were always closer and more friendly with each other on the show than the other band members.
Didn't they do a two-parter or something about their
but
friendship?
They were writing songs together and
Yeah.
they were friends. And the more recent comics from the last few years, they actually are dating.
Okay, that's
so that
cool
is
that they were able
canon from the comic books.
And I think the
Okay.
fans really kind of dug into that.
Oh, yeah.
Over the
I
years.
love that. I think it's adorable because it's like the nicest misfit and Kimber's Jim's sister, and I don't know, they're adorable together.
Because back in the 80s, like, you had to piece gay characters together. Not like today where you can actually have animated series that actually do have gay characters in them, where you don't have to do the work. But yeah, it's kind of nice to see it kind of like tie together like this.
Yeah, I thought it worked really well and kind of gave some heart to it, and I also like the way that the Misfits get to kind of redeem themselves, but still be total punk asses about it and stuff. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I love that line where like they go to like head up and face the Baroness and her like Cobra henchmen. They turn the guns on them and she's like, "Okay, I'm out."
Yeah.
Because usually they don't. At least you've seen all the episodes, but they don't usually end up with gunfire.
No, they're not the heroes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, guys with guns, I'm out. When Jem and her friends would be like, I need to help these people.
Yeah.
So they got the characters down perfectly.
That's funny.
Yeah, they even had that animated bit with Shauna and her backstory.
Yeah, actually, that's all from the show, where she was a fashion designer by night, and she wasn't letting the other band members in on it. Was keeping
Fashion
a secret.
designer by night.
Yes, it was her dream to be
That's
a
going to
fashion
be the name
designer.
of my autobiography.
You know what's interesting about the show is it's not like an action show or a superhero show, but it does have some of those tropes in it.
Yep.
Like with secret identities in science fiction, and people backstabbing each other and that kind of soap opera kind of like storytelling. It just didn't have the action superhero stuff in it. It's weird to go back and watch them. It's like, oh, this kind of oddly enough plays like that, or at least deals with that kind of like sorry. It easily deals with that kind of like storytelling.
Mm-hmm. I thought it worked out fairly well. Let me ask you guys this then, because this is the thing I'm most curious about, since it seems like not at all set up in the series, or if it is, it's like really vague. But the turn here of making I'm sorry, what's her name? The girl that got kidnapped in this one,
Kimber.
Kimber, making her a hologram.
Oh, that's
how'd you
not at
feel
all
about
from
that
the
twist?
show.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I
not
figured
from the
it was
show.
set
That's
up
just
in
something
just the fan
they
film.
Yeah. But
Yeah, like how'd you feel about that
feels
decision?
like something that would have happened if the show had continued. It feels like a storyline that they would have done.
Or let's say if a real movie, a real good movie actually came out. And I thought it was kind of neat that they took the initiative to come up with their own like addition to, the concept.
The canon.
Yeah, the canon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like when fan films can kind of take that like fan theory that exists in the fan base. That's like way too many words with fan in them.
It is.
Consecutively. But yeah, they can take that fan theory and kind of run with it and give it like a proper medium to exist in, so people can have this thing to reference. So I thought it was like, again, I kind of just get to... I get this window to peer into from a fan base of which I'm not a part, and I get to see like, yeah, here's a thing that exists in multiple fandoms, and here's what it's doing. And it's just kind of neat to have that little perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You mentioned the villains earlier, and I want to talk about my favorite character in the whole thing, and he's one of the bad guys. And that's Vince. Like, my God, that shit was funny. I'm assuming he's an original character for this, but Christ, he was written hilariously. I was born in Mississippi.
Oh, the Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. My bad. Why did I call him Vince?
I don't know.
But yeah, he's an original one for the fan film.
Yeah, God, he is funny. Oh my God, he cracked me. I was born in Mississippi, where my mother told me about the proletariat struggle. It was so stupid, and I was laughing my ass off the whole time. It was so dumb. Like they had a lot of subtle details with him too. Like when they're throwing chick in the van and driving off, it just says like
normal van. Nothing suspicious.
Yep. Normal van company. Oh my God, it was just so funny.
Yeah.
And of course, it shows you how big of an idiot the Misfits promoter is, because he totally buys every second of it. And he's like, "Wait, what? You guys are Cobra? Oh my God!" It was so funny. It totally worked for me. I was cracking up during that whole thing. Honestly, that. He stole a show from me. Kevin stole the show.
Good job, Kevin.
Yeah, good job, Kevin. I mean, like, do we want to talk about the acting a little bit? Because I do feel there's a pretty significant range
we leave
of
that
acting
out.
in here. Yeah? Okay.
No.
I felt there was a pretty significant range in acting capability here.
See, I thought so. I think most of the acting I thought was really strong. There was a lot of good comedic timing. Particularly from, obviously, we were just talking about Kevin, but the main gems, Gem herself, I thought the Misfits were great. Let's see, I really liked the Baroness.
Yeah, for me, the Baroness was really strong, and I thought all the Misfits were really strong. I'd actually disagree with you about Gem herself. I thought that was one of the weaker performances in this.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I don't know. I thought she was good. I thought it was...
Okay.
Yeah.
We outvote you.
Okay. I mean, like, obviously it's a taste thing, but I don't know, something about her performances, like, I thought she was able to carry the songs reasonably well, and so it's good that she's got the singing down, and there were some scenes that worked better than others for me. I don't know, certain points of it, like, kind of missed for me, and in different ways, I don't know.
I think there was something... There was a thing about her performance that I think was intentional. And it's... I think she was finding this... forgive me if I put this poorly, but I think she was finding this kind of like... I don't want to say stuck-up quality, or maybe this character putting up a front the whole time and trying to be a good role model and being still trying to be kind of like perky and like optimistic, but still, trying to because like, Jerica in the show does kind of play around with a lot of people, and lie a lot,
because he wasn't in this much. Rio, her boyfriend, is actually fooling around with Jerica and Gem and doesn't know that they're the same person.
Well, then that's a problem.
Yeah, and she's constantly doing that. And actually, he does have this funny line about, like, can't keep you two straight. Like, want to tie you together.
Yeah, why aren't you in the same place at the same time?
Yeah. And he has that line about, like, maybe tying you together, and he has that funny pause for a second where he, like, thinks about that for a moment.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I don't know. Never mind. Go ahead. But, I don't know what I was going to say.
But, let's see. What was your favorite performance? I guess, let's see. No, I don't know.
Okay.
What?
I like the Misfits, but they're always my favorite anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also want to talk about the visual effects.
Oh, sure.
Okay, I just, for a lark, decided to pick this because I was looking for something else, and I found this, and I was like, "Oh, this looks really cool." And I clicked on it, and I think a minute in, I was like, "Okay." Like when we were doing the song, and they were pulling back, and you see all the visual effects. I was like, "Okay, this is good. This definitely, I'm in on this." The visual effects, I think, look really good. We talked about that a little bit. The colors are really vibrant and really do capture that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that they don't they do kind of like the Speed Racer thing.
Actually, you know what I was reminded of? You know what I was reminded of? This feels like a combination of the original show and Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it too.
I really do feel that
like...
I really felt that was probably an influence.
Mm-hmm. It's got really vibrant color palette. Like, I love the way it's shot, and the way the crazy hair just pops off the screen.
Yeah.
God, that blue wig. I just want that. It's just cool.
How fucking funny was it when we
really
saw
good.
them as kids and they had the still hair?
When they did flashbacks on the show, they always had the same color hair. Kimber always had that, like, bright, like, almost pink reddish hair.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, it works. It looks pretty good. They really do sell it. It's fun to see fan projects like this because you can get stuff that is like unabashedly in love with its source material.
Yeah.
Because so often when Hollywood adapts a thing, they're like begrudgingly will do some stuff. Like, we still haven't seen Chris Hemsworth in the helmet since the first Thor movie, right? And I need that more in my life. But
I'm sorry.
Like, yeah, I know. But it's just it's cool to see something that's like, no, we're going to do a flashback, and they're all going to have the same hair.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
Yes.
That kind of stuff's really fun. All right, do we have anything else we want to talk about, or do we want to go ahead and go on to ratings?
Yeah, man. Do we? Is there anything else? We kind of hit a lot of the high points I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah, I think we talked about everything.
Okay.
Oh, they included one of my favorite minor characters, Tech Rat.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got really excited when Tech Rat showed up.
Tech Rat was Eric Raymond's, like, technology henchman. He did all of their gadgets and spy stuff. And he was always very twitchy and antisocial. And I love that they included him. And the girls are like, what's wrong with him?
And he's also reading the Gem comic
Yes,
book.
he was reading one of the new Gem comics.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Which this,
All right.
I gotta say, this may be one. I haven't read it. You have the whole series,
Yeah,
right? Or it makes me want to pick up those.
Yes,
those
you should
issues.
read it. It's awesome.
I think I follow one of the artists on Twitter, and she's always posting some really cool stuff.
She's an excellent artist, Sophie Campbell.
Maybe.
I know there was
name
another one,
escapes me at the moment,
but
um,
Sophie Campbell also worked on Ninja Turtles.
okay, cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and go on to ratings then.
Yeah.
I'll go first, and this is just because, like, I think it's a really well done thing, but it's just not my fan base, so, like, I didn't get as much out of it. So I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 totally normal vans.
I adored this. This had a lot of fun and excitement. This surprised me in a couple places. I thought the original songs were just fantastic, which I thought really stepped it up. And also the production value just looked really wonderful. So, yeah, I would definitely give this 5 out of 5. Our songs are better.
And I loved it. I loved it so much. 5 out of 5 holograms. Truly outrageous.
Ah, nice. All right. Well, next week we'll go ahead and go on to some more traditional comic booky stuff because we're boys. This is Geeky Gentlemen, not Geeky Gentleman and Lady.
All right, cool. We're gonna do She-Ra next.
Yeah, totally. No,
That's actually what I was looking for at first, and I found this.
Oh, really? Oh man, that does sound cool too. No, we're gonna do Von Doom, unofficial Doctor Doom fan film, because that sounds exciting.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yep. All right, everyone. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, I'm the Philosopher.
I'm the realist.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we are your geeky gentleman and lady, and we will be discussing things.